This episode of Talkin' About Rock is sponsored by Unleash Music. Drawing on years of experience, contacts, and partnerships, Unleash Music is uniquely positioned to platform, develop, and realize the vision of artists of all genres. Achieve your goals by partnering with Unleash Music and take advantage of their decades of experience to help you create and execute your marketing campaign. Visit unleashmusic.com for more info.
On this episode, Casandra Carson talks with us about her latest project with guitar legend George Lynch, Cassandra's Crossing. Talk About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo, where they're making musicians every day. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Talking About Rock. I am Rob Edwards. Here we bring you rock interviews from veteran and upcoming artists. Subscribe on our YouTube channel to stay up to date and follow us on our social media and our website, talkingaboutrock.com. Today's guest is best known for her work fronting the hard rock band Paralandra. Now with her latest project, Cassandra's Crossing, featuring guitar legend George Lynch, is gearing up to release Garden of Earthly Delights on October 25th. Let's welcome back to the show, Casandra Carson. Hello, Cassandra.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely, man. So happy to have you back with us. We chatted with you a while back, and our social media has been definitely buzzing with comments about this latest collaboration going on here. And I think what you said, you never in your wildest dreams did you think you'd ever meet, let alone collaborate with a legend like George Lynch.
That is absolutely true. I'm still just like stunned, but happy to be here.
So tell us how this kind of took shape here.
Well, it started, I guess, like back in 2019. I met George for the first time in Colorado Springs. I was on the road with my boyfriend, Jaron, and his band at the time, Tantric. They had a night off. So we decided to go see George. George is Jaron's favorite guitar player ever. And one of my dad's favorites. I mean, he's a household name, obviously.
Right.
So we go to the show and they knew the venue owner. So they like snuck us into the back of the meet and greet line.
Ooh. And had the connection going on there. I like it.
So as we were talking, the rest of the guys in Tantric, they were like, by the way, George, you need somebody to sing Street and Fighting Man. Cassandra's your girl. And he was like, really? And it's like, well, it's funny you should say that because we've got a fill-in singer tonight. I don't think he knows all the lyrics yet. And I was like, oh, well.
Putting you on the spot right away.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I know the words. If you need me, let me know. And so I ended up doing kind of a duet with Keith St. John that night on Street Fighting Man. And it was so much fun, went really well. And so that was kind of a good connection moment between George and I. And then I guess fast forward a few years, Jaron actually ends up getting the gig as Lynch Mob's bass player. So his dreams come true.
Nice.
And then last October of 2023, I went out to see them. They were playing in Destin, Florida. So I was just there to like hang out, support Jaron. And George saw me and he was like, Cassandra, are we going to do Street Fighting Man tonight? I'm like, yeah.
You remembered. That's cool.
Yeah. So we did it that night again. And I sang the whole thing this time. I didn't have to duet or anything. So that was really cool. And then after the show, I was George's driver to drive him from the venue back to the hotel, which was only like a 5-minute drive. It was really short. But while we were in the car, we were just talking about how much fun we had performing together. And George was really complimentary and just said he really loved my energy on stage and loved my voice and all these nice things. So I was like jokingly like, well, dude, next time we should do some Dirty Shirley. That would be really cool. And he's like, Dirty Shirley? I'm like, yes. What do you mean? And, so then he told me he was going into the studio the next week to record the second Dirty Shirley album. And Dino was not going to be singing on it. So he was looking for a singer, and just right then and there was like, do you want to do it? You should do this. You should sing on it. And I was like, okay.
Right.
And yes, absolutely.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, literally like 2 weeks later, I had a full album from George in my email, all the guitar tracks, just to like a really basic drum loop they threw together in the studio. And I started writing lyrics and melodies.
Very, very cool. Yeah, we spoke to him a couple months ago. He was working on another project with John Hayes doing The Banishment, and just a great guy, you know, tells it like it is, doesn't hold back. It's his true opinion. He doesn't beat around the bush, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
But I've been going through the tracks here, and I'm really digging it. So the first single you guys released, Stranger, just some stellar vocals on here, and some of George's haunting guitar, I would have to say, badassery.
Yes.
Definitely one of my favorite cuts on here.
Absolutely. So many people have said that, and that it reminds them of just like, you know, Dokken and just these, you know, straight up metal bands, and just like this older sound that I love so much, but has now been brought into this modern sound. And like a bunch of people have told me it's like a female fronted Dokken. And I never really thought that, but like that is so cool. And
right.
Anyway, it's just, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, to hear that stuff, that's just great. So yeah, I thought that was a very cool track. But the current single you guys have out, Closer to Heaven, this is a very uplifting and powerful song. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Closer to Heaven is probably one of my most proud songs on this album. I wrote it about kind of like a prayer of like, please God, let one of these songs hit so that I can be successful.
Right, get it in rotation, get it out there. I'm sick of, because you guys, when you were on the show last time, you said guys will play anywhere, anytime, and I love that. That was great, you know.
Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much what the song's about, and I kind of likened it to like Jack and the Beanstalk, like putting your faith in these magic beans, and everybody thinks you're crazy, but like, you know, these little things, maybe one of them sprouts into something really amazing. So that's kind of like how I feel about this album, you know, like hopefully one of these songs, one of these little magic beans will, you know, be fruitful and provide something amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Every track on here definitely tells a story. So I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to the track for Closer to Heaven from the upcoming album, Garden of Earthly Delights. We'll be right back here with Casandra Carson on Talking About Rock.
Today I planted magic seeds, hoping they would grow for me. A garden filled with blooming trees that would shelter me. Lord, look upon me now with grace. Sanctify this place. Show me a miracle today before I fade away. I don't wanna live empty-handed. No, I'm begging. I would never take it for granted. No, I'm ready to spread my wings. Flying isn't only for angels. My prophecies, they're
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock with Casandra Carson. So, new album here with George. What was the experience kind of like in the studio on this project when you guys are working on it?
Yeah, so George and I didn't record at the same time. We were never in the studio together. So the way that it worked for me was I got all of his guitar tracks and I would start by recording demos at home. I would just kind of like take it one song at a time, send him my ideas for any ideas or opinions or whatever, and then just move on to the next one. So once I actually went into the studio for real to record, it was so much fun because I had been like writing and practicing to this, like these very raw, guitar tracks with just a little drum loop, no bass, no keys.
Right.
But once I went into the studio, I finally got the like Jordan Canada drums and Alessandro Del Vecchio bass and keyboard playing. And
yes, Alessandro is excellent. Excellent. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really fun getting to record and like kind of hear those songs from a new perspective as I'm laying down the final tracks. So
right.
A little crazy.
Right. And that gave those songs, I know, like new energy for you and a new vibe. And because your shows and yourself are very, very energetic. Definitely. And I know just hearing George play, I brought some friends of mine to a Dokken reunion show, was it a year or two ago? To see him, and their mouths just hit the floor when he came out. I'm like, yeah, that's friggin' George Lynch, man. If you don't remember, you will remember now. But yeah, definitely very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. So when we last talked to you a few months ago, after the Paralandra shows with Lita Ford, Warrant, and Seven Dust, will you guys be maybe gearing up to perform some of this Cassandra's Crossing live at all? You're thinking, or?
I wish. So Cassandra's Crossing isn't really a live project. It was just kind of a studio thing, like that George kind of was, obliged to provide for Frontiers. And then ended up, we renamed it Cassandra's Crossing. So that was never really like the plan. It was just studio. But I will say Paralandra is going to be on tour with Lynch Mob, like January through March of next year. So there will be plenty of opportunities to share the stage.
Yeah, and I did see those dates coming up, and let's hope you guys get some video of you guys performing maybe one of these tracks. That's really what we need to see, right?
Yes.
Very, very cool. Your shows and videos are just contagious energy, man. Do you have like a regimen or a process you follow to stay focused? Because you always seem like ready to go.
Yes, I have a very extensive regimen before shows. And it mainly consists of just drinking a ton of water all day. I do like emergency and liquid IV to make sure that I'm staying hydrated. And then I've got like a little vocal mist nebulizer thing that I breathe before shows. It really just helps kind of, hydrate your vocal cords and everything. I do warm-ups, drink tea, stretch. I'm trying to think. There's probably more things that I'm just forgetting. Oh yeah, ibuprofen, Zyrtec B.
Gotta have that, right? Definitely, for sure, very sure. So also, are you guys maybe working on any new Paralandra material going around in the background there? I'm sure there's probably something happening with that. A lot of folks are, I'm sure, waiting on.
Oh, absolutely. We never stop writing. And actually, 2 nights ago, we were doing some rehearsal and we're working on more new stuff. We just, I don't know, I guess we get bored really easily because we're always like doing something else, changing things up, but it makes it really fun. So
yeah, you got to keep it fresh, keep it new, keep it changing. Very, very, very cool. Well, you folks out there, you can catch Casandra and Paralandra. You can check their dates on paralandrarocks.com. Check out the new single, Closer to Heaven. It's streaming now on Spotify. And you can check out Cassandra's Crossing, Garden of Earthly Delights. It's out on October 25th from Frontiers Music. So thank you to our guest today, Casandra Carson, for being with us. Thanks to our sponsors, School of Rock North Buffalo and Unleash Music. And to all our listeners, let's keep the torch alive and support live music wherever you are. Casandra, again, thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.